What if Goku is Smoke Part 2? So, I'm pretty sure I left off after the Frieza saga, if I am correct. Meaning we have to do the Android saga. Do I have to do the Android saga? I'm gonna have to put a note to myself in my next video of where I left off. But, so, we will begin. Last time they tortured Frieza to death. They had Super Saiyan God, I think? Super Saiyan Blue? I don't know. I haven't done this in a while because my mic was broken, but my audio was broken, so... I really need to put note to self next time I do one of these. So... give me a moment. Okay, so... if I remember correctly, I left off after... killing Frieza. So... I will be going immediately to... the Android saga. So... Trunks would arrive, but everyone is on planet Earth, including Goku. Trunks would be suspicious about this, but Trunks asks for him to follow him, but Goku asks they go further because of Piccolo. Piccolo would be offended by this, but no, it's true, because of his ears, and he can hear actually better than normal humans and Saiyans. So, yeah. But basically, Trunks explains everything. Gives him the medicine, but Trunks doesn't think he's gonna take it automatically, but maybe right before it, but no, Goku instantly takes the Hulk medicine. Well, the Hulk virus cure or whatever. So, then Goku asks to spar. Trunks does, but Trunks is no match for Goku. Goku in base overpowers Super Saiyan Trunks. With no difficulty, Trunks pulls out his sword, and Goku just kicks it out of his hand, sending it flying into a rock. It doesn't break the sword, but it's the sword and stone. But, yeah. So, they continue on, but Goku knocks out Trunks, puts his sword back into Trunks' sheath, and just lets him wake up. They talk, and after a while they go back into the time chamber. So everyone's training again, and they're just getting stronger, but they say, the other Saiyans are trying to tell Goku they would be powerful enough. But Goku just tells them, I have a bad feeling. And they don't understand this. But Goku's worried about Cell, because they are all stronger here. There's more Saiyans who are more powerful than in canon. So, as they're doing that, Goku would also start to meditate even more. So, where he doesn't have to sense ki, but he can sense heartbeats. You might be saying, oh, but he has to be able to sense ki for that. Or something like that. Well, yes, you do have to sense ki, but there is certain races around the universe in Dragon Ball. Take, Gyro, what's his name? I forgot the name. Moro, that's it, Moro. Moro was, able to absorb energy, and even if they were, a tiny bit, no energy, he could still sense them moving and stuff. Because take Vegeta for example, he was defeated by Moro. But Vegeta with a tiny bit of power was almost unsensible by any other person, was sensed by Moro. So, yeah. So I believe you train your key sensing enough, he can sense heartbeats and heat. So Goku would be learning that slowly, and 2 years would pass in the real world. Give me a second. Okay, so let's continue. So after 2 years in the real world, I think they would be stuck for about same amount as in the Saiyan saga, with Raditz and stuff. And they would just continue getting stronger and stronger until Goku and Raditz get Super Saiyan Blue, Free Kaioken times 20, and the other two would get Super Saiyan Blue Evolved. But because that, actually that does kind of know it doesn't, because Super Saiyan 3, so... Okay, so I'm gonna do something here what's honestly not canon in the Dragon Ball story, but it's the only way to give them basically almost equal power here. So Goku teaches Raditz, not Raditz because Raditz already knows Kaioken because of Goku. But Goku basically teaches Nappa and Vegeta a type of Kaioken. But because of how their hearts were before and the energy or whatever, it would turn into a Kaioken type blue state. So blue Kaioken basically. And so they would add that on to get enough power to be able to tie with both of their states, so they would be equal. So as they go out, Goku just tells them to follow him, and he basically tells Nappa and Vegeta to stay at a certain place and wait for 2 androids to appear. And they're okay with it, but they ask, then where are you going? Goku basically tells them, there's gonna be 2 more androids somewhere else, so we gotta go fight them. So that's what they do. But little does they know, where him and Goku are going, where Raditz and Goku are going, is where Cell is. Goku knows this, but Raditz does not. So as Cell appears, they start fighting. They instantly jump into Super Saiyan God, but still, that is not enough because of the DNA thing. And you gotta remember this, because of the potential of all Saiyans going into the time chamber, stuff like that, they are able, basically, a Cell is able to be as strong as both of them in that state. So, as they're doing that, they are just clashing, but basically it's like a tie. But basically, they continue fighting and fighting on and on. But then Cell just says something let's tone. He basically says something. Trying to figure out what Cell would say in this situation. Cell would basically say something let's tone this fight up a notch. And they're confused, but Cell starts to basically have a blue energy around him with a tiny bit red. And Goku immediately, can tell they're gonna have to power up into Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 50, and they both do so, and they start clashing. This ain't Super Saiyan Blue 3, but just Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 50, but Goku using the Tournament of Power. And as they're doing that, they would be clashing and clashing. And after Vegeta gets done fighting with the other 2 androids, and so does Nappa, they fly over there, transform into their Super Saiyan Blue Evolved. No, Blue Kaioken or anything, but they start fighting, and Cell's basically getting overwhelmed. And then Cell basically has a feeling he might need to go power up. So Cell, immediately runs away, and, lowers his key so it can't be sensed. Well, his key can't even be sensed. But Goku tries looking for a heartbeat, but Goku remembers, Cell's an android. he's a bio-android. He's made, basically, yes, he might have a tiny bit of a hope, but it's gonna be and I mean so quiet. Because he's basically mostly, like, human/robot. Not human, but basically he doesn't need a host to live, because he has, like, more or less, like, he doesn't need a hope, basically. So, Cell basically just continues hiding, but Go, like, gets a tiny bit of a heartbeat, flies towards it, and it would be too late, because he sees Cell absorb Android, I think the first one he had to absorb was 17, so he would do that, and Android 16 would be running away. Goku would tell Nappa to basically go protect Android 18 from Cell. And Nappa would understand this because he noticed basically they have to absorb. Cell has to absorb Android 18 to get more powerful. And then he tells Vegeta and Raditz to get in their full power state. They do so, but they also want a good fight out of this, but Goku tells them if they don't do it now, stuff could be ended badly. He even tells them in his first form, he could take basically almost all their power. They understand this, so they power up to their maximum state, and Cell is basically easily able to do this, but like basically, two of them would be in the front of him, but every single time he would catch their punches, one of them would be like behind him and punch him in the back of the head, or his hip, sending him flying, and Cell realizes they're not just fighting him with strength, they're fighting him with strategy. So, as, like, two of them go for this, upper head punch, he blocks them, but instead of not doing anything about the person who's coming up behind him, he whacks him with his tail, basically. And Goku would understand this, because basically, he is Pulp Frieza, and Frieza does that 24/7. So, basically, instead of, like, what Goku is about, like, what they're usually doing, Goku tells them to basically, like, trust him on this and leave the fight to him. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to go do something. But, like I was saying, Goku would tell the other two to let him handle this, and for one of them to go behind him, grab his tail, and the other one just to start barraging punches. And Goku immediately rushes towards Cell, but, like, he doesn't throw punches, but as Cell was about to throw a punch, Goku grabs it, and as Cell was about to throw the other one, Goku grabs the other one, and immediately, like, with his 2 feet, starts kicking the crap out of him. Cell blocks it with his other foot, and starts kicking Goku as well, and Goku blocks with that foot. Basically, being in a, what was it called? Basically, where one can't beat the other. Basically, like, equal power and stuff. So, as Cell is doing that, well, as both of them doing that, Cell understands Goku's just distracting him, and as they do that, the other two just start punching the crap out of him. And Cell can't do anything about it because of Goku. And Cell tries exploding, but Goku just teleports to space. Well, like, not to space, but to basically, hell, you could... Wait, has Goku even been to hell yet? No, but I guess you would, like, understand some people's key there. Teleport there, kick him up in the air, and send a humongous Kamehameha obliterating every single cell. And Goku teleports back, and basically tells them, it's over. But then they hear Evil chuckle, and Cell says, is that all? And they look up and see him again, but in a perfect form. They're confused, but Cell explains, certain of your enemies could make clones. And they would understand this, because they would have to fight up against them. And basically Goku would just, like, all of them, including Nappa, who would be back, basically explaining he couldn't fight off many of them, like, because he kept making clones and stuff. They would understand and transform. Eventually, they would, like, overpower Cell because of their transformations. And they don't care about the same pride right here, because they know if they don't defeat him, he's gonna destroy the whole planet, or even more. And basically, as two of them are fighting him, like, as Nappa and Raditz are holding him back, Goku and Vegeta are charging up a humongous, final Kamehameha. And as the other two, like, fly away, Cell would say something about them being cowards. And they would just chuckle. And Nappa would send, like, one of his mouth beams or whatever it is. And Raditz would send a double Sunday attack. And completely obliterating the real one and his clones at the same time. Killing him. But they would, like, say stuff like, Goku would think with Android 18 and Android 17, but he would understand he would have to check with Shinron if they're even alive. And if you did not watch my last part, they have 5 wishes, and they're basically more powerful than what they used to be. You can't wish for immortality though still, but you can basically wish back a whole planet, and basically give someone infinite life, but in another dimension. Basically where they don't age, but they can still die. From, like, sickness, not eating enough, stuff like that. Basically where they just can't age. But basically not many people even know this. And because of, like, how Goku has been spreading rumors of, like, how he weakened the Dragon Balls. Like, the only people who do know is people Goku can trust. And Goku would basically bring back the good androids, like Android 16, 17, and 8. Wait, isn't Android 16 that, good robot who likes boats and stuff? I swear it is. But basically, that would happen. And we're gonna go to immediately, like, where they're back to training. They would go back to training until the World Martial Arts Tournament. Basically, the Buu Saga. I'm gonna, like, actually not make him do that, because I thought about this, and I remember the whole reason Goku, like, was even able to, like, come back or whatever. So Goku would, like, come, like, just, like, tell him, like, they can, like, fight in the time chamber, train in the time chamber, but he wants to go spend time with his family. And they understand this, so they let him, but they train. They have a free train while Goku is spending time with his family. And he talks to Gohan and asks, like, do you want to get more powerful, blah blah blah. Chi-Chi, knowing he's smart in this, basically Chi-Chi knows he's super smart. Goku even tells her, like, Goku will teach him and stuff while they're training in the time chamber. Chi-Chi will understand this, but she will miss her children, or her child. And Goku and Gohan would go in the time chamber. Goku would be teaching him, but also training him. And as they're doing that, they're just continuously getting smarter and more powerful. Goku goes at the time chamber with the rest of them, and instead of going to the World Martial Arts Tournament, first off, Gohan and Goku would go to Chi-Chi, talk to her and stuff. And basically, Goku asks, like, could he spend, like, maybe 2 more days with him for training? Chi-Chi would say, fine, but in a grudgingly tone. But as they're doing that, they immediately fly, not to the World Martial Arts Tournament, but all the way to where the hideout of Babidi is. So as they're doing that, they, like, get warned by the Supreme Kai to, like, try keeping the energy low. But Goku's already told him that, so they just like, growlingly say, okay, but they've already knew that. So Goku just tells them to like go through enemies, but like try not to use too much of their power or energy. So they do that, and Goku fights the boa. And before like the boa spits on him, Goku makes an energy beam. Not an energy, but an energy ball, sends it at like where his spit was going. No, basically Goku uses an energy shield, basically. Basically a small shield, what is almost unseeable, but it's protecting all around his body. So, right as he does that, it looks like Goku is set to stone, but it's actually just his shield. And Goku breaks out of it and just starts punching the crap out of the boa. And the boa would be overpowered, because think about it, Goku is honestly stronger in his timeline, and he struggled, like, what's his name? The boa struggled against a Super Saiyan Gohan, and the Super Saiyan, like, Vegeta and stuff, but this time they would basically be destroyed. But Babidi would understand this, and instead of them just going through floor to floor like they usually did, Goku basically just tells them our physical strength is enough, they don't need ki to go through these floors. So Goku just proves to them, he just lifts up like his foot and slams it down on the ground and it breaks the floor beneath them. And they understand this, so they basically just continue doing that and destroying the enemies up in the air. Like, once they destroy one floor, they go down, destroy the other one, but while they're still up in the air, they send like ki blasts, not enough to like kill him, but enough to knock him out. And they go all the way to Babidi, and Babidi's surprised and says, how are y'all? Basically, he does not even have a tiny bit enough energy to release a tiny bit of boo. And basically, instead of like letting him speak, Goku instant transmissions behind him and punches him. Basically transforms into, I guess, a Super Saiyan 3, punches him, killing him. And that's how the Cell Saga would go. I'm sorry if I'm rushing through this, but like, my mic was broken for a while, and like maybe 5 or 2 weeks ago, I sent messages telling y'all, oh, Part 2 would be out soon, but I had to fix my mic, and I have to rush through it, because I don't want y'all to like, be mad and unsubscribe, stuff like that. Because I really do want to get some good views. Now, if you made it to this last bit, please warn me or whatever in the comments if like you hear copyrighted music in my video so I can delete it. Because I was playing a game, I released a type of video for it, basically showing a hacker, but I didn't know the game's music was copyrightable, so I got copyright claimed for that. And another video, what was not a what if, but like another like gaming video I was trying to post for private before I posted it to public, got copyright claimed because my sister playing music and stuff. And like I don't know why, but like when I looked over it, I didn't hear no music, but when I like looked over it on YouTube, I heard like a tiny bit of music playing. And I got like pretty mad at my sister for it, because like honestly the copyright claims I only have 2, and you can only have I think 10 copyright claims. So yeah. And Susan, or whoever's watching this, I am sorry and stuff for doing that. But yeah, next time I'll look up like, or ask owners and stuff if videos, music is copyright claimed, so if I hear my sister playing it or whatever, I don't have to get copyright claimed for it. And that would be it for me today. Part 3 might come out next month, because I do want some time to myself. So yeah.